Would you believe that there are people just walking around without any self-doubt? Like, they just want to do something and then they just do it. They don't question whether they can or cannot. They just don't, those thoughts don't go through their head. Hi, welcome to Angie Christine Fitness. This is my channel. I'm Angie Christine. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and help me grow, please. It's free for you and great for me. First things first, I apologize if you guys can hear the background noise. There's construction literally outside my window, and I can't film early in the morning, I can't film in the middle of the day, and what am I supposed to do? Wait till the middle of the night? I have things to say. So I'm sorry about the noise if you can hear it. And if you can't, just pretend this part didn't happen. Anywho, self-doubt. I was thinking about this, and I've been doing a lot of work on letting go of my own self-doubt and negative thought patterns that I've picked up along the way, and there's nothing wrong with having them. A lot of us tend to pick them up just as we go along, you know, when we hear the phrases like money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that. You hear those negative thoughts about money, it makes it seem like money is so scarce and it's hard to come by, when really it's not. It's literally like infinite. Like, if we rack up one more billionaire in the world, it doesn't mean that like average Joe is going to make less money. It's just not the way that it works. There's always more money to be made. There's always literally just money all around us. So the scarcity mindset, the lack mindset is just really, I'm sure we could like go over our ancestry and blah 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 about how money, it's hard to make money, you have to work really really hard to make money. But let me just say, there are some people walking around that literally don't have these thoughts in their head. They never grew up with those thoughts. They never were exposed to just people that had these thought patterns. And it just like really occurred to me because I know a few people who just like it, just they can't wrap their head around why people think like, well, if you want to do something, just do it. And when I go through like my own thought processes of trying to overcome things, and you know, starting my own business and stepping away from a full-time job to pursue things that like deep inside me I know I want so bad, but I've had to clear a lot of thought patterns of around, you know, for example, money or a real job. You have to go and work for somebody else and trade your time for money. So there's a lot of people that just like don't have those thoughts, and they're just like, okay, well, no, this is what I want, so I'm gonna do this, 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 and this to get it. And then they just do it. And that comes to the law of attraction. When you let go of the fears and the doubts and the negativity, these things like actually come to you so easy. So I just wanted to talk to you today about how they're like these people that seem like everything is just like so easy for them. A lot of people didn't have to overcome like negative thought patterns or just like self-doubt. So for example, I've always had like huge ambitious dreams, but like my parents' thought patterns were, you know, like, and this is like not necessarily like, this isn't like a bad thing again. And so like you have big ambitions, and then they're like, okay, well, like those ambitions are great, but you should go to this safe job. We want you to be safe and stable, which that's great that they want that safety and security. But knowing what I know now, there is no safety and security in playing small. Literally live up to your potential. And if you want to do something, you have to go after it full force, because the universe will give you everything you work for if you truly believe that it's something that you can have. So these people that are just like walking around without a worry in the world, I'll use my friend. So as an example, he just started working. He wanted to like be the CEO of the company one day, and he started sweeping floors, and then like worked his way up. And I don't believe it was that company, but then like a different company, like same industry, different company, and then he ended up being the CEO, and then um, I actually think now he started his own company in the same industry. So like it's just like he just grew up with the belief that you can have anything you want in life, you just work for it. And he just didn't have those that self-doubt. Like, have you ever met somebody who like you tell your dreams to and you're so excited, and then they look at you like you are the craziest person in the world, like nice pipe dream, bud, back to work, and you just feel so crushed. Like you were so excited about this thing that you wanted, and then you're like, you know what, maybe it is crazy. Maybe it is too risky. You know what, I'm just gonna go back to work. And then you just go back, living your same day to day, doing the same thing that you've always done. And like in the back of your head, you'll always just have this like curiosity of what would it be like if you actually pursued those things. Guess what? You should pursue those things. Because literally, like the self doubt, once you do the work and you release the negativity and the like self that self doubt that's telling you not to, and it's not necessarily self doubt, we're picking up other people's beliefs. So when other people say that your thoughts or ideas are crazy, or that won't work, or the market's too saturated, which is also a lie, there is room for everybody. Okay, so we pick up the beliefs of everybody around us, and then they go into our subconscious, which I'm going to make another video about your subconscious and how you can rewire it. I'm also going to link down in the description some meditations you can do before you sleep. So if you're not into like the sitting, meditating, getting into your mind, which I wasn't at first either, but if it's super easy, you can do it as you fall asleep, and it is one of the most effective ways, I think, to meditate. So I'll link some of those below to get rid of that self-doubt. Where was I? Okay, so self-doubt and like not going after what you truly believe you want. So we pick up these beliefs from everyone around us. We see somebody else try and they fail, they give up, they go do something else. Instead, they try to start a business, their business fails, so they go and they work for somebody else. And like we absorb those, and our brain, like literally our subconscious, is like, oh, if they can't do it, then maybe I can't either. But there's literally people who are just like, they failed, that's fine, I won't, and then they just keep trying, and then they fail here, they fail there. But like these obstacles don't seem to get to them. And it's literally all in the thought patterns that are going on in your head. So just using the example of the two boys that grew up with an alcoholic father. So they asked the first boy, they're like, why are you an alcoholic? And he goes, well, my dad was. And they're like, well, that's fair, like, you know, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And they asked the second boy, they're like, why aren't you an alcoholic? And he goes, because my dad was. So you have two people that grew up in the same situation, but they saw the situation from two very different perspectives. So that's kind of the same way that you can approach, if you want to call it that, approaching what you want in life. So if you want that house with the picket fence, like you totally can. So what does the person with the white picket house, what do they act like? What kind of job do they have? What kind of car do they probably drive? What kind of restaurants do they eat at? What kind of, do they have a savings account? Like what kind of things are they doing to make sure they can afford that house, etc. And then once you take on that persona, everything else starts falling into place, right? So rewiring your subconscious, letting go of the self-doubt and the doubt from everyone else that we've absorbed along the way. Like literally, we've started absorbing these thought patterns since we were a toddler. So if you think back to the household that you grew up in, or the schools that you went to, etc., your parents did the best that they could with what they had. So then it's our chance to do better and better and pass it on, and then the snowball effect. One day this world will be great again, and just as a collective, we can't expect the world to change unless we as individuals are making those changes. So if you catch yourself, if you think you're maybe the person that was putting down other people's dreams, you can do something simple as just uplifting somebody. If someone tells you something that makes them excited and it's the fifth time you've heard it, just be excited for them. Tell them that anything is possible. And if you don't want to do that, you know what? I don't know why you're on this video. Why are you watching a video on changing your life if you're not willing to do things to change your life? But back to the point is, there's people literally walking around that don't have any self-doubt. It's just never crossed their mind that what they want in life, they can't have. And you know what? They're right. But you know what? If you walk around saying, I can't, I wish I could, but I can't, I wish I could live like this, but, then you won't. It's that self-doubt and the doubts and fears of everybody around us that we've absorbed, and we need to let them go, and everything you've ever wanted can be yours. And I just wanted to come out and say that, because I just had this thought that there's literally people who, literally, they just I want this, I can have it, I work towards it, and I get it. I want this. In order to do this, I need to do this, 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 and this. So they do this, 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 and this, and now they have all this. Whereas people with self-doubt and fears, and they're holding on to this negativity that necessarily didn't even belong to them, and they're just I want this. Well, that's that, I can't have it. Or I need to do this, this. I don't know, this is too hard, we'll go back down to this. You know what you're risking if you don't even try? More than if you just didn't try. You can have all this, and the only thing that's holding you back is yourself. Nobody else. So let go of other people's opinions. I'm working on it too. I'm working on it with you. We're all in this together, except for those people that don't have self-doubt. I see you, and I idolize you. But the rest of us, with our shadows and our darkness, we got this. Thanks for watching. If you need some more inspiration, motivation, comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.